So the CK ban is going to be once again taken out here by Luksus, no surprise there. Also, anytime you rehost, you typically have the bans repeated pretty much straight away anyway. Now we're going to go ahead and see what PotM is going to do this game. If they're going to run the same kind of style that they did before, there are a lot more heroes that I know that they can play. Aoi 2000 especially. I know he's a great Brood player as well. And they've already banned out Darkseer, so that's kind of what I'm thinking they're going to go with. As soon as I see a Darkseer ban, the only thing that I can think is Brood and Brood, especially if you're playing against PotM. So we'll see if they do decide to go with that. They do not have first pick, however. Invoker still in the pool. Furion, Chen, Enchantress. Many of those top tier heroes still left to be banned out. Lycan also going to be taken out by Luksus. And with the CK banned, they might be feeling a little bit more comfortable, but again, it's just going to be really difficult for them if they allow PotM to hit their stride. They are a super aggressive team, and if you don't know how to react to it, you don't know how to play tight and have TP reaction when you need it, or at the very least, just react in terms of your lanes to make sure that you're not just losing them straight off the bat, then you're going to pretty much get ran over, which is what we saw last game. Brewmaster going to be taken out by PotM. 2 more bans left to go in this first ban phase. And it's going to be Furion. So, 2 junglers still left in the game. We'll see if PotM wants to take out the Chen or the Enchantress, either one. I know a lot of teams, especially North and South American teams, love running those 2 heroes especially. We did see a Chen last game, also picked up by Luksus as well, so it's definitely a high probability that they'll do that. Just waiting to see what the last ban is going to be before the first pick phase starts. And it's going to be Chen. Okay, so they are going to take out a jungler, which means that Enchantress is still in the pool, and Invoker is still in the pool as well. So depending on what kind of style they want to play, it could be pretty heavily theory-crafted here from what they pick here first. So it is going to be Enchantress. Alright, so not really shocking at all. After you see a team run a jungler, it's pretty typical that they like to run both of them, Chen and Enchantress. They're both pretty much, in terms of mechanics and what kind of skill set you need to play it, they're relatively close. And Enchantress actually, in my opinion, has a better late game than a Chen, obviously, because the Chen doesn't have anything that scales, but early to mid-game, I think the Chen is still a bit better. Once you get impetus on Enchantress, that's when she starts to shine and starts to deal ridiculous amounts of damage, even without the help of creeps, and that's kind of her strength. Typically played as more of an aggressive jungler, too, rather than Chen, who just really focuses on pushing. Now we're going to see what the reaction here is from PotM. I really think they're going to take Brood here. That's kind of my hunch. And they are going to take Invoker, so that's going to be Fog's Hero and Brood. Okay, so again, like I was saying before, there's pretty much only a couple of things that PotM does, at least that I've seen. I'm not saying that they're not versatile, but pretty much every time I see them play, Aoi's either playing Brood, Brood, or Brood. So the CK game he just played that we saw in Game 1 was actually the first time I've seen him not playing a Brood in quite a while, so we're going to be seeing that once again this game. Fog's going to likely be on the Invoker, and we're going to see what Luksus plans to do about this. There still are a lot of spammers in the pool. They have the Sand King left that will likely be banned out if he manages to escape the first picking phase. And they also have the Windrunner, Earthshaker, things like that. I would expect at least 2 of those heroes to be taken out if Broodmother is in the pool, especially for PotM. Luksus is going to cut in a bit to their reserve time here, trying to see what they want to get. They're going to go with a Crystal Maiden, so that's a pretty decent spammer, and a Queen of Pain. So, they do pick up 2 spammers, but less conventional, I would say. I think that Power Shot and Earthshaker, Sand King are the more common ones that we typically see against Brood, but Queen of Pain and CM will still do the job quite well for themselves. Scream has a relatively low cooldown, 300 damage nuke, and then you have the Nova as well from Crystal Maiden. And now we're waiting for the last of the first picking phase to end right here. Going to see what PotM wants to go with. And honestly, I think that Aoi typically goes to the safe lane as Brood. I mean, I'm sure he can long lane if he really wanted to, but they really rely on him getting farm in a lot of these games, and they're going to go with that Tide. That is a really early Tide pick, and honestly, I like that quite a bit. Looking at the lineup from Luksus so far, they have a jungler, a support, and a mobile hero, so a jungler and a support against a Tide in itself, once you get level 6, that Ravage is going to be pretty tough for them to deal with in itself. It's going to stop pushes very effectively, and it's also going to make it so any time that they have a lopsided team fight in favor of Radiant side, the Tide Ravage is always going to be like their ace in the hole, where they can just pop it and either get out of a team fight or otherwise defend a tower that would have been much, much more difficult to do so. And Sand King is going to be taken out here by PotM, as I expected. Enigma also taken out by Luksus as well. Although I'm not really sure if they could have laned that necessarily with the heroes that they have, unless they were going for a farm Tide, which I suppose is a possibility, but probably not likely in this situation. Shaker is still there as well. We'll have to see if they want to either pick that or ban it out. I think it's likely to be picked up by TL, if anyone. Or Luksus, rather. "15 seconds left on the clock, waiting for the last ban out here. Then we're going to go over to PotM's last ban, then we'll get the last picking phase started. And just looking at the 3 heroes so far, I gotta say, I'm really liking PotM's lineup so far. And not only that, but picking the Tide is also a hero that counters Brood too. So even if Luksus wasn't going to pick Tide to either secure him a team fight just to counter the Brood, they can't do that anymore either. So not only is it great for them because of the team fight, but it also removes one of the counters for Brood in itself. So I think the picking style coming out from PotM is so strong because they're solidifying their lineup by making it so you can't counter them by either picking or banning the hero out completely. And since there's so few counters to Brood other than having a Sentry Ward at level 1 and just forcing him out of the lane, and even that doesn't work that effectively, it's going to be really tough for them to deal with this spider.
10 seconds remaining.
We got 10 seconds left on the clock here until they cut into reserve time. The last ban out from Luksus is going to be Venomancer. Now with the Tide and Sand King picked up here, Darkseer already banned out. There's still a Windrunner and a Shaker in the pool. However, I feel like PotM could still potentially get a Windrunner. If they are going to safe lane Brood, it is still a possibility. And they're going to go ahead and ban out Storm instead. And I think that's another pretty decent choice. I think that Luksus could have ran it in this situation. Remnant's also pretty good anti-push measure against Brood itself. So again, most of their bans pretty much serving more than one purpose so far, and that's really why I like them. Last pick phase has begun. Just waiting on 4 more heroes before the game gets started. Once again, guys, my name is Draskyl. I want to thank you a lot for joining me on the stream today. This is the Gamer University Open Qualifications. Best of 3 between Luksus and PotM. The winner of this will be qualified for the tournament, if I'm not mistaken, which allows them to compete for a potential $10,000. Quite a bit of money. $2,000 for each player. And we are just waiting to see what Luksus is going to go with next. "40 seconds left on the bonus time clock. Just taking their time with this one. They could potentially still pick up a Morphling. He's pretty good for pushing waves back as well. Gives them some semi-carry on their team if they want to go that route. Allows them to have another mobile hero on their team, which is great against heroes like Tide. Not to mention, Morph is very, very potent against teams that only have a few hard stuns. In this case, really all they have is a Cold Snap and a Ravage so far to stop the Morphling from doing anything. So, I think that the choice of a Morphling would be pretty strong here, would help their lane significantly. Also, CM Morphling combination we've just seen time and time again. Just so much burst damage. They can put it wherever they want, and they're actually going to go with Slardar instead. So they're going to go with the counter of, I don't care if you have webs, I can still see you all the time, to Broodmother. I think that's definitely one way to do it. I know I've seen VP kind of play this style too, where they pick something like a Night Stalker and a VS, just counter ward, and they keep the Brood down by just simply farming in the lane and never leaving, really. But the only thing that causes is that if there's any advantage in other lanes for the other team, and they start having team fights and you're not there to help them because you're worried about the Brood the whole game, then we might start seeing some problems coming out from Luksus. But that's a little bit too far ahead, I think, thinking-wise. So we'll have to see what PotM wants to do here. Only 3 picks left to go. Tidehunter, Brood, and Invoker for PotM. We have Slardar, Queen of Pain, CM, and Enchantress for Luksus. And these teams definitely take quite a while to pick. I've definitely seen faster picks in my day. $20 left on the bonus time. Gonna see what they're gonna go with here. Also, the one nice thing too about Luksus lineup right now is because they're gonna have a Queen of Pain that might be middle or long lane, depending on what they pick for their last hero. You have pretty good rune control even against an Invoker, which is very, very important because an Invoker with runes is just going to win mid pretty much hands down. Windrunner going to be taken up here by PotM bottom, so with the Invoker, I'm going to assume that means that the Windrunner is going to be bottom. They might be supporting the Tide in the jungle with Broodlings after the Brood gets to level 3 or 5, depending on what he wants to do. Or at the same time, they could be going for a semi-farm Windrunner and sending it to the top lane as well. And Zeus last pick from Luksus. That's a hero that I haven't seen, I don't think, ever in a tournament game, at least recently. I would be hard-pressed to see anyone say they've seen a Zeus recently in competitive play. If anyone has, please let me know, because I would love to watch that game. Zeus obviously known for having incredibly high burst damage, global ultimates, not to mention he can reveal invisible units with his lightning bolt. And man, that's a pretty aggressive pick, I'm not going to lie. Zeus is a hero who can take out heroes very, very fast, especially partnered with a Queen of Pain and CM. I mean, that burst damage combination, even heroes like Tide are going to fall to that. I really like that Zeus pickup. The only problem with it is, where are they going to put it? Because right now, I mean, he could go mid, they could have the CM Slardar bottom with the Enchantress jungle, and then Queen of Pain top, and that's really what I think their only option is now. And Dazzle is going to be the last pickup from PotM bottom, so there's their hard support. I think Dazzle is a pretty good pick here. Grave is so good against heavy aggression because any team that has burst, if you time your Grave properly, they waste their burst on that hero, which allows you to get teamfight turnarounds. So I think that's a pretty good defensive pick here. It also means, so anytime you're in a lane with a Brood and he has Broodlings up, you can push with your Shadow Wave like instantly. It bounces to the Broodlings, kills the creep wave really fast, allows you to get those towers down just that much quicker. So we're going to have everybody pick their heroes, and we'll get this game started here. I'm going to remember to turn my overlay off. Haha! I did it. High five to myself for not forgetting this time. And we are just waiting an extra 10 seconds or so for the game to get started. We'll go over the players really quick because you can't have Dota without a pause. Aoi 2000 Broodmother. Going to have Sneaking once again playing the Windrunner. Kizzles on Tidehunter. Going to have Way2 playing the Dazzle. Finally Fogged, their dedicated mid player on that Invoker. Zordy once again going to be playing Crystal Maiden. Zeus is going to be played by Noya, who played Enigma last game. Rotten on Slardar, who was the Morphling before. Hawaii, who is Chen, now on Enchantress. And finally Hasu, the Beastmaster, going to be now playing Queen of Pain. So just thinking about lanes here, if they do in fact send the Slardar CM bottom, and the Brood is not there, I think they're going to be in a little bit of trouble, because looking at the lineup right now that PotM bottom has, they could very easily send the Windrunner bottom and just tri-lane top and go for a fast tower. I mean, they're probably not going to get any kills out of it, but what's a Queen of Pain going to do against those three heroes? If they really wanted to, they could honestly probably dive it, because you have Dazzle. That adds so much potential for tower diving early game because of Grave, because of heal. Any other combination would be much more scared of a tier 1 this early into the game, but PotM bottom is not going to have that problem. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I should definitely see if I have the new overlay. And the teams are actually reversed, by the way, guys, on the overlay. I didn't actually change that before I put the stream back on, so that's my bad. Actually, I can probably do it right now. Let's see if I can get it up before the game gets unpaused. Let's see here. And while we are waiting for the game to get unpaused, by the way, I want to thank Gamers University again, especially Fireflash, for letting me cast. It's really awesome of him to let me do this between our ecal games. Has something to do. We have the readies coming out, so I actually don't think I'm going to be able to fix my overlay before the game gets back underway. That's my bad, but still the same team names, just reversed. So PotM bottom is going to be the Dire side, and Luksus is going to be the Radiant side, and it is currently 1-0 in favor of PotM bottom. So we're going to see pretty much the entirety of Luksus heading towards top right now, probably just to scout things out. Nothing really that they can accomplish at level 1. Nor do I think they would even really want to fight level 1. Fighting against a Dazzle is really tough to do, especially if he gets that Grave. All 5 heroes going to be running up here. Could potentially spot somebody out. Wei2's going to be there. He sees the Zeus, though, and CM. They're going to run up here pretty aggressively. No Nova coming out yet, though. So we can see Tide Windrunner going to apparently be bottom, so it looks like they're going to do another 2-1-2. I kind of figured the Dazzle would be partnered with the Brood, but I figured it might be a tri-lane. But instead they're going to send another dual lane bottom. So 2 games in a row. PotM bottom kind of breaking the mold here. Wants to go back to the old school way of laning. No problem with that. Got some pings going on towards that bottom rune. Looks like Windrunner and Tide might want to pick somebody up.
The battle begins.
And the first rune's going to spawn top. Going to be a regen, so nothing really too special here. Enchantress looks like she wants to offensively jungle, by the way. Hawaii is sitting up here at the rune spot, pretty far away from her natural habitat in the Radiant jungle. Gonna see the lanes start to shape up here, so we're gonna have a solo Queen of Pain bottom actually instead of top, so maybe Luksus knew that they were gonna safe lane the Brood. Maybe it was anticipated, so they have something against it. But Windrunner Tide versus Queen of Pain, this is obviously going to be favoring the dual lane. I don't think we're gonna be seeing any kills down here, but at the very least, the Windrunner should be able to get some farm. Middle lane, we're gonna have Zeus taking on Invoker, and this is a pretty lopsided matchup. I think that Invoker wins this pretty badly. In terms of animation, base damage, he's going to do quite well for himself. He didn't even buy a wand, so he's feeling pretty confident in that he'll be able to take this lane handedly. Zeus can still CS with Chain Lightning, but anytime you do that, it pushes the lane pretty fast. So he needs to be careful about how he goes about that, especially because Zeus is so vulnerable to being ganked. Not to mention the Tide can roam on mid as soon as the Invoker gets a couple of levels and gets that cold snap up. And top lane, we're going to see Rotten here, farming away against the Broodmother. Brood doing quite good so far. 5 creeps at the 1 minute and 30 second mark. Queen of Pain being forced back bottom. Going to see that blink used. And middle lane, Zeus is already out of mana. He does have a Clarity, taking quite a bit of damage from the right click and the cold snap from Fogged. Top lane, we can see the Enchantress doing what you can to try to interrupt this pull. But Dazzle's doing quite a good job at making sure that he denies the creeps. Gonna see Zordy here. Ooh, he has a sentry. This could be dangerous for Aoi. He isn't level 2 yet. He might be waiting for another creep to die before he gets 2 so he can go up there and have the double nuke. But again, they have a Dazzle. He doesn't have Grave, though. He's level 2 now. Will he be able to get the Grave? There's the ward. Is stunned right on him, but he is out of range. He doesn't have Grave skilled yet, and that's going to be first blood. Net creep from Enchantress coming out of the back to secure the kill. So that's the kind of start that they wanted. Queen of Pain, once again, being forced back bottom. Had to use that blink to get away. And that's the kind of start that really Luksus is looking for. Anytime you can kill the Brood, that is a huge deal, especially in the early stages of the game. The longer it takes her to get to that point where she can just start spamming her Broodlings, the better. And now that sentry's down, though, you can see Aoi's playstyle has changed drastically. Before, he was playing very aggressive. Now he's sitting very far back, using his Broodlings to help him CS a little bit. He knows that if he gets caught out, he's going to be in a bit of trouble. Another Nova used. That one not going to be too effective, though. Doesn't really get anything done. And man, Enchantress is being so annoying with this freaking Wildkin over here. Tornado and the creeps down. Take a look at the gold really fast. That spike up from the first blood, obviously, at about the 1 minute and 45 second mark. Actually, still in favor of experience, at least for the Dire side. That's actually a bit surprising. After getting a kill especially, and you have a jungler as well. Although I suppose the jungler is dedicating more time. Ooh, nice heal on top of the Broodlings. Hawaii taking a lot of damage. There's the slow, but it's only level 1, and the Broodlings come out as well, and that's going to be a kill on Enchantress. Now, Aoi might be in some triple 2. There's the stun. Does Zordy have another sentry? I don't believe he does, and Aoi's actually running towards the tower with the Broodlings on him as well. Are they going to be able to get him? He uses the other nuke and gets it, so that's another kill for PotM bottom. The spawn broodlings, or spawn spiderlings rather, get that kill for him. He's going to health pot up here. Fog, in the meantime, middle is currently sitting at 13-5 creep score versus 16-2. So Zeus still has enough mana at the very least to use his lightning to CS, which is a pretty darn big deal, actually. You can see him playing aggressively here with that regen, but it gets taken off with the cold snap. Some auto attacks coming out from Fogged. He's like, you want to trade? Let's trade. I got way more regen than you, buddy. With those triple quas. Now the nuke goes off on the Aoi top. And Rotten looks like he's going to be rushing a Vanguard here. I don't mind that choice so much. Aoi's going to get frozen here. Broodlings put onto Zordy once again. Looks like he's trying to line up a nuke. That is so many Broodlings, man. And Aoi actually runs into tower range. Gets Nova again. Now Dazzle might be in trouble. There's the double stun. They can see Brood as well. Enchantress coming in from the side. Are they going to be able to kill Dazzle? Looks like they're going to stop chasing. In the meantime, it looks like Windrunner did pick off Queen of Pain with the help of Tide. Bottom lane looks like there was a dive there. But they're not going to continue chasing. So 1-3 in favor of PotM bottom. Once again, guys, the overlay is backwards. Luksus is the Radiant side, and PotM bottom is the Dire side. Sorry for that. Didn't change it between the games because I am a streaming noob. Sneaking bottom lane actually got 2 ranks of Shackle instead of leveling up his Power Shot a 3rd time. Might have assisted in getting some extra damage off from the Tide to secure that kill on Queen of Pain. Don't typically see that, though. Top lane, Brood's going to spot on Enchantress here. Doesn't have any ranks of his slow yet, but he's going to use himself the body block down the ramp. There's a nice heal, and the nuke as well from Broodmother, and that's more than enough to kill him. Now there are creeps over here. Just being stuck, basically. Rotten doing some right-click damage. Enchantress trying to do whatever she can, but it looks like Zordy's going to fall as well to the Brood, and that is a killing spree for this Brood. Now he might be in a bit of trouble, but here comes Dazzle once again, throws at the heal. Rotten's so tanky, though. Just not taking any damage. Almost has enough for his Vanguard. Trying to use the Broodlings to block. There's the Centaur stun. Rotten turning around the other way. Still a mana potion. Aoi does have his soul ring in about 5 seconds. He's playing this very safe. There's another heal. Nice surround. Aoi doesn't block him on the down ramp. 1 second on the nuke. Can he get it from the high ground? He's trying to line it up, but he just can't get it. And now Aoi is going to be forced back because the Zoots rotated up towards that top rune spot. Oh, here's Invoker, though, with the Cold Snap and the Tornado, and secures in the kill. Using the Broodlings to get vision that entire time. Now Tide's here as well. Zeus in some trouble. Beautiful body blocking by this Tide. I don't think Noya's going to be able to get away from this one. He's battling between auto attacks. Can he get away? No! Fogged. Somehow hits him again. I'm not even sure how the auto attack went off, honestly. That was completely insane range. Hasu in this bottom lane still struggling quite a bit. Only level 4 compared to Sneaking's level 6. And Sneaking also has his phase boots finished. Fog with his phase boost as well. 2-0. 2-7 in favor of PotM bottom in the second game. Once again, guys, PotM bottom leads 1-0. This is a best of 3 for the Gamer University qualifications for the $10,000 tournament. Sneaking is just playing so aggressively on this Queen of Pain right now. There's just nothing that she can do about it. With phase boots, she just hits too hard. Even with Scream, it's hard to trade with that. Oh, he's still farming away in his top lane. Slidar does hit level 6, so he casts that amplify damage, which means that Brood will no longer be able to run away, even without sentries. Or go invisible, that is. Zordy running up mid. Ooh, needs to be careful. Really aggressive play here. That is level 3 Poison Sting. You gotta be careful with that. Or Poison Touch. Now you're pretty much just going to be giving a free kill, so the support from Luksus kind of playing that a bit aggressively, and Queen of Pain also drops in the meantime. Bottom once again to Windrunner. Enchantress is here. So is Zeus. They might be trying to look to pick off Kizzles here. Kizzle's only level 4. He's got 2 ranks of his Gush. He's got a smoke up as well. You can see Zeus making his way back towards that middle lane. I'm not really sure what the Crystal Maiden was thinking right there. Right now, Rotten actually not finishing his Vanguard just yet. Another amplified damage onto the Broodmother. Actually gets the 4th rank of his web before he gets the 4th rank of his spawn spiderlings. probably because your Spiderlings cap out at 3. And really all you're getting is bonus damage at that point, whereas you can have 2 extra webs and bonus move speed from having the extra rank in your Ws. So I guess that's a trade-off he's willing to make at this point. Ooh, bottom lane. Aggressive warding here. Enchantress is going to spot out Kizzles on the side again. Not going to use Enchant, though, to slow. Kizzles is only level 4, though. Oh, we might see a Shackle here. Sneaking, trying to line it up. Are they going to get the Shackle on Enchantress? They will. The Gush is there, too. Now Hawaii in a lot of trouble. There's the power shot. Just finishes them off immediately. Tide now at level 5. Halfway to level 6. And this is looking pretty grim so far for Luksus. They had a really good kill at level 1. Using that Sentry to catch Aoi off guard in the top lane. Playing that Broodmother. But other than that, the momentum has been going completely in favor of Dire side. 3,000 gold in favor of pot and bottom at this point. Oh, wow. And Zeus dies mid to pretty much a triple gank. So Noya also giving up a kill there. Sorry, I missed that, guys. Hasu trying to do what he can to recover here bottom. He is 9 and 7 for CS at 10 minutes. That is so far behind. They did a great job completely zoning him out in this bottom lane. Fogged also has his drum already. It's only 10 minutes into the game. Phase drum, really? You have that kind of farm? That's pretty ridiculous as well. Rotten does finally finish his Vanguard. Oh, are you going to get amped once again? Zeus sitting behind this tree right here. They could be trying to go for him. I don't know if it's the best idea. They could potentially kill him. He does have 1,000 HP. So that's quite a bit. Ooh, bottom lane looks like Sneaking's going to get caught out here. Frozen in place. Here comes Queen of Pain. Oh, net on Sneaking, but he gets shackled to the tree. And Sneaking is going to kill Queen of Pain before he goes down to Enchantress. So even when Luxus gets kills, it's a trade. It's not even really just getting a kill. So really nice awareness right there by Sneaking, knowing he could pick up that kill before he died. Noya trying to run away here. Gets cold snap from Invoker, cutting him off. He is just completely stuck. No way he's going to be able to get away from that. Fogged with the Ghost Walk. There's the amplified damage onto Dazzle. Nice Ravage though onto Hawaii. He's going to go down here for sure. Rotten able to get away. There's another net on the Dazzle of all people. I guess he's pretty scared of getting healed on. But now 3-14 in favor of pot and bottom. Dire is doing such a great job this game of fully utilizing their lanes. Got some movement bottom. Have Invoker off to the side. Gonna get spotted by a range creep, though. That's a bit unfortunate. Hasu needs to decide if he wants to blink. There's a cold snap. He blinks into the bottom, and the Shackle goes off midair and hits him after the blink animation, sticking him to a tree, giving him the vision for the power shot. This Windrunner is just playing on an next level right now. I don't even know. The Shackles, seeking his Windrunner is pretty darn good after watching it these 2 last games. That bottom first tier tower is going to drop, as well as the first tier tower top being under siege. I think I just said top twice, actually. I meant first tier tower bottom. So bottom and top both going to go down here. Plenty of Spiderlings attacking this tower top. Rotten's trying to do what he can to stop it, but I don't really think it's going to be enough. Throws out a stun onto the creeps, but they're just going to get healed back up anyway. Oh, he needs to be careful, though. He's waiting to try to line up a heal bomb here. He could have probably gotten it, but going to see a TP in from Enchantress. Now always going to be in a bit of trouble here. No dust or sentries, though, so they can't see him unless he comes out to get amped. Right here, we're going to see Zeus once again getting taken down by Tide and Invoker, while Aoi is still trying to escape in this top lane. You can see Enchantress getting chased down by Dazzle, but he's going to turn around. Fogg's here, though. Fogged wants to fight this. He can invoke something if he wants to. He still has that Ghost Walk on. He's going to go with Cold Snap. He's going to turn around here after he gets amped. He wouldn't be able to Ghost Walk anyway at this point, waiting for the Cold Snap to come out. But he's not going to be able to get the kill after seeing the heal pop. He just wants to escape. And now Aoi and Dazzle both on the side here. Tide's going to get killed by Zeus Ultimate. Zori's in a bit of trouble, though. Completely blocked off by the spiders. Oh, wow. The heal bomb on top of the Spiderlings just completely destroys him. And now Fog looked like he might be in a bit of trouble, too. Zeus coming in. There's a Lightning Bolt with the Arc Lightning to follow. Sprint popped by Rotten. No ranks in Bash, though, so all I can really do is run him down. He's going to get tornadoed right there. Aoi's still sitting on the side. He does get Amplify used on him. Hasu going to blink in here pretty aggressively, but he doesn't even have boots. He has 17 CS. 0 and 4 at 13 minutes. Oh, man. I don't know really what Radiant side's going to be able to do about this. They're 10,000 gold behind at 13, almost 14 minutes into the game. That's just so far behind. Fog right now are going to continue farming away. Already back up to about 1,900 gold. Fog using his tornado a bit prematurely there. Probably could have got a kill if they waited for the dazzle. And Vizern going to be picked up by Kizzle's bottom. Also has Ravage. This could be a pretty huge deal. Sneaking going to get Shadow Struck here. Does get the tower kill. Nice Shackle once again. Onto Hasu. He's trying to get away from this. He's still Shadow Struck though. And the ultimate will just barely clip him at the end of the animation and get a kill for Queen of Pain. So Queen of Pain now on the board. Tide's going to scout out Hawaii right here. The sad face coming out. There's the Gush. Going to wait for the Poison Touch from Dazzle here. He's actually getting a little bit blocked by something. I think he was actually getting fogged right there. But, yeah, Enchantress going to go down anyway. Pretty much no way you can get away from that. Dominating streak for Dazzle at this point, who right now has full mana boots. And Zordy's going to get caught out as well. The Nova Gush combination just going to kill him pretty much right away. The GG well played already coming out at the 14-minute mark. Not even 15 minutes into the game. They're already calling out the GG. And I don't really blame them, but this game was going pretty heavily in favor of PotM Bottom. So once again, guys, that's going to be a 2-0 for PotM Bottom taking this Gamer University qualification match. I got to hand it to them. They played great this game. Once again, my name was Draskyl. That's going to be it for today, I think, for Gamers University, unless I'm mistaken, which we will see here in a couple of minutes. We might have one more eCal game to cast on the stream, so if you guys are enjoying the cast, please stick around. We will be back, or at the very least, I will update you guys on what's going on in just a little bit. I want to thank you guys once again for watching so much. I will be back in just a bit, so stay with us.